Another day, another ride. Hello dear viewer. When I arrived at the campsite the day before yesterday, I was quite tired because I hadn't taken enough breaks due to the rain and the cold. I had hoped to eat at the restaurant at the campsite, but unfortunately it was closed due to Ruhetag. The owner referred me to his cousin's restaurant in Limbach, where I could have a good meal for a reasonable price. Due to my tiredness, I forgot to take off the straps on one side of Tricsy, with which I fastened my yellow bag, so I lost one on the way to the restaurant. That's not a problem in itself, because I always fasten the bag with extra straps. However, that kind of things does cause noise in my brain, so it was good to stay at the campsite for 2 nights. Although the restaurant was closed, the owner left the conservatory open for me, so I could work on the videos and charge my notebook in peace. It rained a little during the night, but luckily the sun was shining this morning, so my tent dried out quickly. Today's destination is a campsite in Austria. Quite exciting, because Austria will be the first country of the tour where I've not been with Tricsy before. The stretch is about 165 kilometers. As I rode past the monastery, I couldn't help but stop and take a look. When I entered the church, I didn't expect it to be so richly decorated. What beautiful painted ceilings and an astonishing altar. But when I started Tricsy after my visit to the monastery, the motor indication lamp came on. That was quite a shock. After checking a few things, it turned out that my oil level was too low. I've never experienced that before between 2 services. There was a garage about 700 meters away, where I hoped that they could help me. Unfortunately they couldn't, but luckily a customer came by who was happy to help me drive to a gas station a few kilometers further, where he expected it would have it. But unfortunately there was no 4-stroke oil there either. When I left the gas station shop, I saw the helpful man's car, but not him. It turned out he was at a company right next to the gas station, which was closed, but with which he has a good relationship. They saw him and asked if they could help him with anything, and they happened to have the right oil. Back at the garage we filled the oil together, after which he left. The garage gave me a cup of coffee and allowed me to use the toilet. I can't thank you enough, Mr. Jochem Mally from trailerbuddy.de. Although Tricsy started normally after topping up the oil, made no strange noises and did not emit any unusual colored exhaust fumes, the mill remained lit. That made me quite unsure whether I will damage the engine. It was only at the next stop that I remembered that you have to squeeze the left brake lever when turning on the ignition to perform a reset. After that the mill was off, which was quite a great relief to me. Since the sun had disappeared by now and the clouds looked as if they were going to release some rain, I immediately put on my rain suit at that stop, and that turned out to be a not unnecessary choice. So I rode into Austria in the rain and had to pitch my tent in the rain also. But this morning it was dry and I could see the surrounding mountains a bit better, although there was still cloud around them. And when you see the snow-capped mountaintops and the fascinating blue-green color of the lake, you are immediately happy again.